Hello friends and welcome to another video on my channel. We have seen me finish some projects and then finish some more projects, and most recently I finished this shawl. And now my once plentiful pile of unfinished projects is now looking kind of flat, empty, barren. So I think this week, why don't we do something about it? This week I want to indulge myself and start and work on as many new projects as I can. Not really as many as I can, but I have a few I want to get a bit of a start on, so in the future we have things to finish again. So let's do that. On my list of things today, of things I want to start working on, we have things like this sweater that I already started. This is the Winter Doodle by Pacific Knit Co. By the way, I want to get to where I split for the sleeves on this one, so we'll do that. I have 10 skeins of these two colours that I need to wind into cakes and start on a cardigan test knit for knitting niqabi, so that is very high on the priority list and definitely something I will do in this video. I bought this cross stitch pattern before Halloween, and even though this is a very Halloweeny motif, I feel like it goes perfectly on our slightly spooky and animal themed art wall, and besides, that wall really needs some more art on it. So I will start this project as well. I kind of also want to make a hat of some sort. I like beret, so I might browse for a pattern for one. I either want to make a pumpkin beret because I have yarn left over from my Halloween cardigan, or I want to make a strawberry beret, or maybe the Bowret. And I guess that's my plan, but that's only 4, so you know what I'll do? I'll completely let the neurospies take the wheel and follow the dopamine and start whatever project makes me go, yes, this. I'm already feeling the brain go brrr. The spinning wheel is kind of calling my name from over there. I don't plan on finishing anything this week. This is purely a refilling my project bags and work in progress stash pile kind of video, which feels weird, but I think it's going to be fun. So without further ado, let's start some projects, because we can. There's literally nothing stopping you or me from starting 10 projects right now. Yosh! Because I want to be a responsible adult, I am going to start by winding my yarn for the test knit I'm starting. I'll be testing the upcoming Burnt Umber cardigan by Knitting Niqabi. This is a sport weight yarn that I, again, dyed myself, and I couldn't be more excited to knit with it. That's the first 50-gram ball done, on to winding the rest. I have 9 more skeins to wind, so we'll be here a little while. No, I don't have a ball winder. We're doing this old school. My best tip for hand winding yarn is a lint roller core. It's big enough that it makes a loose enough center for easy center pull yarn cakes, and a lot sturdier than a kitchen roll, so it won't collapse in on itself. And of course, the most important accessory while winding, a cat. As we're about to leave and have dinner with my partner's parents, I'll be prepping a small project bag so I can start working on the ribbing. 4 balls of yarn is more than enough, but then I can keep the project in this bag until I outgrows it, probably around sleep time. We still had some time before leaving, so I am just quickly casting on before going and knitting a row of ribbing. And of course I got right back on it after coming back home while playing some Genshin. Jump scare. I cut my hair. Anyway, and also I need some more light. Hang on. Hi. I'm working on this now, so here's a little check-in on where we are with the first project. The top of the priority list project for me in this video is I am working through the ribbing of the cardigan that I am starting for a test knit, and we are currently at 2.5 centimeters. This needs to be 7, I think, if I remember correctly. I'll double check the pattern, but yeah, it's supposed to be 7 centimeters, and I am barely halfway. No, I'm like an entire centimeter from being halfway, but that's like 2 rows, so we'll be fine. But yeah, that is where I'm at with that, and I have been browsing some beret patterns for the hat I want to start. So I have a couple that I'm interested in making, but I'll have to stash dive, so I'm not sure I want to make either of them in the orange, but we'll see. I'll get on that after. I was just having a bit of a chill time browsing that this morning. I'm planning on finishing the ribbing today, and then I'll call that project started for this video. I'll of course finish this whole cardigan, but not in this video. So I think I'm gonna finish the ribbing in this video and count this as having started this project. And then I want to work on my Colourwork sweater so I can get to where I split for the sleeves in that one and call that properly started. And then I want to start my cross stitch project, and I don't know how far I want to get in that one before calling it started, but I want to at least start it, and we'll see. But yeah, that's I just wanted to finish this row. That's barely halfway through, so I'll get on with that, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Update, we have ribbing, a bunch of ribbing. So I will call this project officially started properly now. So yeah, I wasn't about to just cast it on and leave it. So we have the ribbing for a cardigan, and now it is time to attach the second colour, but I don't know if I'll do that in this video or I will. But now I want to move on to what's next on my list, which is the winter doodle sweater, which is this one. So that's what I'm going to work on next. I'm going to do a bunch of colour work, and it's going to be a bunch of fun. So yeah, I'm going to grab a cup of coffee and get started with that. And here we go with the colour work. This is the Winter Doodle sweater by Pacific Knit Co, and this is one I fell absolutely in love with the first time I saw it. A viewer mentioned it in a comment on one of my videos, and that was it for me. I just had to start this project in colours similar to the promo pic because it was deliciously pink, mint and candy caney. I am planning on knitting until I've split for the sleeves before putting this project to the side, so off we go. We have a couple of doodle charts to get past before we're at sleeve. We've finished one chart, so now it's time to grab my mint green, attach it and get on with the next doodle. I noticed an entire row later I made a mistake which offset the whole chart by 1 stitch. So we're backing up and doing this row again. I'm not about to have offset steam from my coffee mugs I'm about to knit. There we go, we're back at where we messed up, and now 1 more stitch in white and then we can get going with the row again. This was a lot, but worth it. before I get any further, I want to try this on to see how far from sleeves we are. I've calculated where in the charts I want them, but we gotta double check so we're done it right. So I'm slipping half of the stitches onto a separate needle for trying it on, and ooh, it's looking cute, it's looking festive, but we do indeed have a bit more to go before it's sleeve time. So far it looks like I brained this right. So, since it's cold, I'm going to cuddle up with a blanket and get back on my knitting. And look, the orange quality control inspector is here to make sure I'm doing a good job. Members have a bonus photo of him really checking the quality of the sweater. It has his approval for sure. Time to attach the next colour for this doodle chart. It'll be coffee mugs or maybe hot chocolate, and I'll be knitting them with my red. Hello, we are checking in all of our super tired glory today. I am so tired today. I don't know why. I am just absolutely beat. But some days that's just what things are like. But I have been working all morning on this, and I'm gonna actually pop a couple of these stitch holders on here now, stop things. I don't know where the other one went off to. Oh, it's on the needle, so I can hold it up without losing all of my hard work. But yeah, we are starting to get somewhere on this, and I'm really excited. It is looking Christmassy. Ah, look at that. I mean, we tried it on a while ago today, but I just got past all of the mugs and it is looking cute. I'm about to do some holly leaves around, and a bit into that chart I'm splitting for the sleeves. So we're soon at sleeves, and once we've done splitting for the sleeves, I'll finish that chart, and then we'll get on to the next project that I want to start in this video, because that is the goal I have for this project in this video, is I wanted to get to splitting for sleeves. I am really happy so far. It's looking cute. It is looking very festive, and I can't wait to wear this. But also, yeah, I am super tired today. I don't know why, so I'm sorry if my energy is off. But also, yeah, I just said this in my vlog. I'm also vlogging this week, so I'm running out of this, which we can't have. So I just had to order another ball of that, hoping another ball will be enough, but it probably will. And if it won't, then we'll just do something else for like the end of the sleeves. I think it's time for me to stop talking here, because this has been 3 minutes, and I am going to take myself out for a little walk to see if I can get some fresh air in and wake up a little bit and get more like energized and feel more like I can and want to do things today. I have all the want to do, but none of the energy to, and that is annoying. So I am going to do that, and then I'll get back on knitting that, and then we are starting the cross stitch, which is super festive in another way because it's Halloweeny, but I'm looking forward to that. So it's going to be nice to change focus and go for another craft for a bit. I've been talking for a long time now, so see you when I'm back. See you when I'm back inside. Bye! Time to get on making the holly leaves. I want to do this with a twist. I think the pattern suggests duplicate stitch, and you could 3-color colorwork if you wanted to, but I'm going to add beads because I can. Sure, it'll make the row take 4 times as long to knit, but it's gonna look so good. Look, see what I mean? They really pop. I love this. Okay, bead row done. Now we're at the row where we want to separate for the sleeves. The pattern suggests you do this on a single color row, but I like to make things difficult for myself, so I'll be doing this in the middle of the chart. The last thing I want is for the sleeves to be super far down, because that fit does not do me any favors, so I want to keep the sleeves where I planned them, so here we go. I would say that was a success. The sleeves are going to be exactly where I want them. The beads are not too far down on the yoke, the coffee mugs are cute AF, and I am loving this knit. So that's us done with this one. Great! The next project I want to start is my vintage haunted carousel cross stitch. I am not going to attempt to stitch this from looking at my screen, so I'll be printing this pattern, and my printer lives under my desk, so hi from the floor. Okay, page is printed, time to get a piece of Aida cloth in the right size. I'm cutting it out with quite a bit of extra on the sides. I counted more than the chart and still added a bunch extra. I could have measured, but since I'm using 16 count Aida instead of the 14 count suggested in the pattern, it will be a lot smaller. After finding where I needed to start on the fabric, I'm just going right in with my first colour. After just a few stitches, I was getting annoyed at the floppy fabric, and then I remembered I bought hoops. So I quickly put my fabric in the hoop, tightened it, and then I could get back on sewing, and let me tell you, instant game changer. Despite cross-stitching a lot in my life, I never used a hoop, and I think there's no going back now. Suddenly, cats. Both of them. This rarely happens, but I mean, I'm not complaining. I sure wish I could see my pattern. I also realized I can use the chart minder I got with my diamond painting as a needle minder. Another thing I've never used when cross stitching, so that was a fun little discovery. Anyway, back to stitching. I think I will work through some of the top of the chart. I cut a good length of floss, so I will probably use it up and then consider it started. Cross-stitching is so relaxing to me, and I'm starting to remember why I loved it so much growing up. It's neat and tidy and the pixels come together in a satisfying way. I've done a couple small projects here and there this past year, but I haven't started anything big in a long time, and I can tell you I am thoroughly enjoying this. Let's check in for like a second. I have done this on my cross stitch and I'm really excited about this project. It is so far so cute and I can't wait to finish this. But I think I used up the entire first length of black floss that I cut, and I think I will consider this sufficiently started as a project. So now I want to go on to the next project and start that, which is going to be something made out of this yarn, and that is going to be the Bowret, which is a beret with a bow on it. So I'm super looking forward to starting this. This is Concept Cotton Merino by Katja that I picked up yesterday. And yeah, I am going to go look at that pattern, see what needles I use, and get cracking. So that's the plan right now. All I want to do is continue on the cross stitching because fun, but we are not completing things. We are starting things, and I want to get started on a bunch of things. So let me put this to the side and start something new. Let's just get the pattern out and get going. So time to cast this on. This is, like I said, going to be the Bowret by Suchko Bergen. This is another one I saw and fell in love with a while back, and I thought to myself, now that I'm letting myself work on all the things I've been wanting to work on, why not just cast it on? So here we are, casting it on. This yarn is one of those mesh with fluff yarns, and it was incredibly soft and buttery to work with, so I feel like this brim just flew by. Also, peep my fancy so bubbly iridescent glass. Sometimes you just want a fancy glass of water, am I right? I decided I wanted to add elastic into the brim, so I'm quickly sewing some together before encasing it in the folded brim I'm making for the beret. This was pretty fiddly and took a long time, but it was so worth it because the result looks seamless and professional, and the elastic makes it fit perfectly. After that, it was a lot easier and mostly just knitting in the round, so I got a good chunk of the hat done whilst hanging out with my sister-in-law and another friend for some brunch and crafting shenanigans. I was totally in the zone with this hat and it went by so quick. I spent the evening working through the decrease rows whilst playing games, and suddenly we were so far into the decreases I might as well finish the hat. I kind of want to wear it ASAP. The last part is making 2 I-cords for the bow, and apparently I forgot to film finishing those, but I did and then promptly went to bed. It is the next day and I am starting a new project. Today I want to do some spinning, so I've got these 2 hanks of merino and sparkly nylon. The first thing I need to do, and the thing that's been keeping me from using my spinning wheel lately, is that the drive band, which is some rug warp twine, really needs changing. It's gotten floppy after a couple years usage, and that means I can't get any tension in the wheel, which means everything I make gets overspun as it doesn't get taken up onto the bobbin. So we're giving the wheel a new drive band today before starting. Once that is all sorted out, we can get our floof out. I am starting with the green wool and I'm planning on spinning through the entire thing to make the singles. This project is going to be spinning a skein of green and a skein of the gold, so I suppose spinning the first colours single would be a good starting point, right? I am always surprised by just how much wool is in 100 grams of tops. It's so much, but we can do it. I am looking forward to this. I'm separating the fibres a little and pre-drafting ever so slightly, and then I'll just be spinning straight from the wool top. So far I'm not very technical with drafting methods or anything like that, mostly because this wheel leaves very little room for error and was probably built with one kind of spinning in mind, that is, durable yarn for durable clothes, unlike modern wheels built for spinning anything from also durable yarn to art yarn to, let's just say they're completely different. But back to drafting methods. This is something I want to learn more about in the future, but for now I am drafting my fluff the way I need to get a consistent yarn. I guess I'm doing a short forward draft combined with a short backward draft, mostly this one for this. I flip-flop between the 2 methods. This is again one of those crafts that are just so relaxing to me, and amazing that you can just take this super fluffy thing and make it into yarn. It's so cool. I love that I can do this. Seriously, if you've ever considered trying out spinning but haven't yet, I highly recommend trying it, at least with a spindle. It's so much fun. To the person who wished for Elsa to be more sociable, this is your lucky day. We've had so many Elsa sightings today. And after much treadling, we have 1.5 bobbins of singles all spun. So sparkly, so festive. Ah, I love them. Next up, I want to try and start on a bag. My friend used to run a shop and I got these while the shop was still live. It's the prettiest pieces of printed fabric. I want to make a big project bag out of this, so I'll be starting that process right now. After some measuring and mistakenly measuring out the cutouts for the bottom at the top of the fabric, I decided to pack back up. I know the measurements now and the shape I want, but the brain fog and migraine right now was seriously getting in the way of my ability to work on this, so I didn't dare cut into this fabric in case I did some other silly mistake. Hi, I want to check in. I've done some measuring and while I really want to start sewing, I feel like my brain isn't here at the moment and I kind of need to wrap up this video soon. So I've done the math that I need. I know what I need to do. I'm going to fold this up again. Right side out. I'm going to show you again because it's just so pretty. I mean, look. And because it is this pretty, I do not trust my brain today to be able to not mess this up. If it wasn't clear, I'm having another migraine at the moment, so yeah, I don't trust myself with this, and I know for a fact I won't have time to start sewing on this tomorrow. So I'm going to be responsible and repackage this with my measurements and everything I need to actually cut this out another day, because now I've at least started, I've unpacked it. This was what this video was about, starting projects. I've unpacked it, I've done the math, I know what I want to do. So yeah, it's started. That was the goal. I have started this project, but I don't dare venture further into it today. So I'll see you in a second. One thing I was able to brain was starting on the body of my cardigan. It has a very fun and relaxing texture stitch, and this was perfect for me today. Plus, I felt bad leaving this at just the ribbing done. I know I struggle to pick back up after doing ribbing, so I figured I should at least get a pattern repeat into the body. And so I did, and now I can properly call this a started project. This has been a somewhat chaotic week of crafting, and right now, as I'm sitting here, surrounded by all of these new projects, I'm starting to question how good of an idea this actually was. But hey, now I have stuff to work on, and that was our goal, so that's a good thing. So we got to where I wanted on my winter doodle, and a little more because I couldn't reel myself in, but hey, that's okay. It has holes for the sleeves now. So I will be finishing this up ASAP because I can't wait to wear this. Then we have the cardigan. I needed to get past ribbing, which we did, and I got a couple of rows into the body as well. So now this has been kicked into gear, and that feels great. Then we have the cross stitch. This is a pattern by the Witchy Stitcher, and I am super excited about this one. I really had to decide to stop working, or I stopped working, because OMG, I could have just kept going. Cross stitch is so much fun, and I finally bought myself some hoops, which made working a lot easier. Literally, I have spent a lot of time cross stitching in my life, and I never bought hoops or a frame. Girl, side eye. This was such a step up. But yeah, super fun, and I got a good start on it, and I'm still feeling the hype, so I don't think this will end up in the UFO pile. Famous last words. Anyway, next up I started a hat, and I think I started it a little too hard, because what's that on my head? Oh, that's right, the hat. Whee! I finished it within 24 hours. I think it took me 5 or 6 hours in total, but I was also doing other things at the same time as knitting, so this was a really quick and fun knit. It still needs blocking, but that's okay, I'll do that after this video. Also, famous last words. I never end up doing that, but me too, me! We are getting things blocked in this week's vlog. Okay, good, fab. Next, yarn. I made some yarn. Oh well, halfway made some yarn. We have 1.5 bobbins of sparkly green singles ready to be plied, and once it's plied I have the gold half of this fibre to spin, so even if I got quite far on this one, it's still counting as just started, right? But yeah, super happy with these. And I finally kicked myself in the backside to change the dry band on my wheel, so now it's smooth sailing again. And I also hacked the bobbin situation so I can use these shorter bobbins by putting a clip on the spindle of my wheel, which is something I absolutely forgot to film. But have no fear, there will be videos on spinning and I will show you this trick. But yeah, really happy to have started a low-key Christmas spin. The next thing I started was I brought some fancy printed fabric out, looked at it, did a little bit of math, and then put it back in its box. Honestly, I don't know if we can count this. I felt absolutely rotten yesterday when I filmed that, and I didn't dare mess with the super pretty fabric. A very close friend made it and printed it, and the shop is no more. So this is essentially dead stock fabric. And the last thing I want to do is mess it up. So I decided to be responsible with it and put it to the side until I have a day where I feel like my brain and body can both handle sewing. Maybe we can do an, I don't know, finally sewing some project bags video, because I do have some different fabrics I picked out especially for sewing bags, so yeah, let me know if you want that. Any hoozles, I have a bonus sneak peek of something I started, but not for this video. I started on a very, very festive hexagon cardigan for this year's holiday sweater video. And yeah, I'm not going to talk a lot about this because there will be a whole entire video dedicated to this project. But yeah, I started this, so that's exciting. Festive. So that's quite a few projects started, and like I said, I am a bit unsure of how good of an idea this really was, as I am feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but it will be fine. We got this, right? So tell me, what project did you start whilst watching this video? Or what project or projects will you be starting after? I am super curious to know, so let me know in a comment down below. And if you're not feeling chatty, that's okay. I get you, bestie. Just leave a little winter themed emoji because it's below 0 Celsius here now, and brr, it's cold in here. There must be some cheddar in the atmosphere, sorry. Anyway, if you're new here, hi, hello, welcome new bestie. I hope you enjoyed this chaotic start all the projects video. If you would like to keep up with what I post in the future, please consider clicking the subscribe button, ring the little bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video, and like the video if you liked it. This helps me out a ton, so I will be forever grateful for a little. We do all kinds of fun stuff on this channel, like knit and crochet challenges, chaotic crafting videos like this one, cozy behind the scenes vlogs, live hangouts and more. So if this sounds like something for you, feel free to stick around and join the little cozy crafting club we have going here on this channel. We now also have a Discord for everybody to hang out in, open for all of the Cozy Club peeps, aka subscribers, which you can find in a pinned comment down below and also in the description. And if you want to get extra cozy and get access to some cute cheddar emojis, extra behind the scenes updates and cheddar photos, and early access to vlogs, you can now join the Extra Cozy Crafting Club and become a channel member. Anyways, that is a lot of talking, so I won't keep you any longer. I will let you go and enjoy the rest of your day and those new projects you might be starting. Sorry, not sorry. Thank you all so very much for watching this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day, a wonderful, marvelous, beautiful rest of your week, and I will see you again very soon in my next video. Take care now. Bye!